What's going on, Sumolings? Thank you so much for joining us for another product walkthrough webinar. I am Lindsay. Today I am joined by the team over at Aura 3. This is an all-in-one platform featuring project management, team chat, time tracking, and reporting. It is available on AppSumo right now, starting at $59 for a lifetime deal. Before we dive into this tool, though, I just want to tell y'all a few quick things. The first is that if you want to tell us a little bit about your use case, why you're interested in this tool, you can go ahead and do that in the chat room. The second thing is that if you have any questions about the tool, the deal, how to get set up, go ahead and leave those questions in the Q&A box down below this video. We do have somebody from the Aura 3 team here right now to answer those questions as they come in, but we'll also be circling back to the questions at the end of the walkthrough, which is relevant to people who are watching the replay. There will be a replay of this available. It'll be sent to your email inboxes shortly after this is finished recording. All right, that is enough of me. Hey, Borislav, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having us here.
It is good to have you. I'm going to go ahead and pass this over to you for the walkthrough. You can let me know when you're ready to take questions afterwards.
Okay, good. Thank you. So hello, everybody. I'm Borislav from Aura. So let's get started. Here we are on the project screen right now. Let's start by creating a new project. Okay. We have some project templates that you can choose from.
I have to show sorry.
Oh, yes, I forgot to share my screen. Sorry. Okay, I hope everything is okay now.
Looks good.
Okay, so this is the project screen. Just right-click here to create a new project. Here we have a couple of project templates that you can choose from, but we are not going to do that. We're going to create a project template later. Okay, let's give a name for the project. It's going to be called block management. Next, let's invite our team members. With single click, we can invite all the organization members. Then you can select photo or upload a custom one. Just click here or drag and drop. Oh, this is our cat. Never mind. Okay, so let's move on to the visibility options. They're very important. So if a project is private, everyone in your organization is going to be able to view and join this project. Public projects, they're used to gather feedback from your users or just as a public roadmap. We are going to talk about this later. And the last option is the secret project. If you make a project secret, only members that you invited to the project are going to be able to see it. Okay, let's create the project and start. Good, let's create a list. It's going to be called to do. Oops. Now let's create a task. Maybe manage your time. Okay, so let's open the task and see what we have here. Now on the top, we have the option to attach files to the task. You can do this from your computer, Dropbox, or Google Drive. There is also an option to attach links. Let's go to the labels. Right now, we don't have any labels, but they're particularly useful if you have a lot of tasks and you want to categorize them. So this task is important to me, so I'm going to create important label. Okay, good. Labels are also fully customizable. You can change the color or you can select a custom color of your own. So, yeah. Okay. And so if it's a task with multiple steps, you can break it up with a checklist, just like this. So let's say research, illustrations, and write. Okay, so good. Tasks can be voted up. This is useful for the roadmaps. You can use this feature to gather feedback from your users and prioritize the tasks with most vote-ups. Next are the task watchers. What is a task watcher? Basically, if you're watching a task, you're going to receive all kinds of notifications for these tasks. Notifications are any update on the task. So it has moved the list, a checklist is completed, and everything basically. And yeah, there are also list watchers. You can access them from this menu over here, and list watchers over here. Yes. So now I assigned myself as a list watcher, and all the tasks in this list, I'm going to watch them and receive notifications for them. Okay. Now let's go to the project settings and see what we have there. From here, you can customize your project, change the picture, name, and etc. We went through these visibility options before, but the important thing is this embed project on your site. With a single line of HTML, you can embed the project to your website, and if it's public, it's going to be visible to everyone who visits your site. And furthermore, with just an email, they can vote up, they can comment, they can create tasks there. Okay, we have some permission options here. We're not going to go through every option because this would take me a few hours, maybe, I don't know. Okay, but the important thing is that you can allow observers to create tasks in your project, but only in one list. This is very important to notice. Let's do this and move on. Okay. If you enable this option over here, all the new tasks are going to go at the top of your list. And yes, okay. Let's move on to the add-ons. In Aura, we try to give you as little as possible, but if you need more, you can just go to the project settings and enable the add-ons that you need. Okay, the first add-on is the list view. Let's enable it and go back to the project. So from here, as you can see, this is very useful if it's a to-do list or something like this. It just have more space rather than the Kanban board. Okay, enough about this. Let's go back. Oh, and by the way, you can go from the project settings from here as well. Okay, the next add-on is pipeline workflow. Let's enable it. Okay, in progress, review, and done. So after we enabled this add-on, now each and every list has state. What this means, let me just make this one frozen. This one should be open. This one should be in a review state, and the last one is closed. So what this means is every task here has its own state. Sorry. Every task in the list inherits the list state. So for example, this task is frozen right now, but if I move it to the last list, it's now completed. Okay, let's go to the other add-ons. The next one should be sprints. Sprints are particularly useful for agile methodology. I'm not going to dive deep into this. I'm sorry. I'm not going to dive deep into this, but I'll just show you how to create a sprint, how to finish it, and etc. So we enabled the add-on, and now let's create the sprint. You can select duration for the sprint, and you can select in which list the tasks go after the sprint is completed. Okay, let's start it. And here, now we're back to the project, and it wants us to add some tasks to the sprint. We only have one task, actually two, so let's select them. Now we're in the sprint view, and from here, we can give story points and business value to the tasks, which later we receive reports about this, how we did we do better than the previous sprint, and etc. Okay, after the tasks are estimated, we can start the sprint. Okay. Start sprint. Okay, now the sprint is started. Let's just move the tasks to done and finish the sprint. It was quite a fast sprint, but it's not like this usually. Okay. Now the sprint is finished, and we can go to the reports and see. Okay, so we have two stories. This means that we had two tasks in the sprint, and we estimated 48 points and completed 48 points. Okay, the reports are going to go to become more extensive as you have more sprints. You're going to have predictions and etc. Okay, let's go back to the project. So if you noticed, after we completed the sprint, the tasks were automatically moved here. Okay, let's get this task back here and go back to the project settings. Now, the next add-on is the custom fields. Okay, what are custom fields? Basically, you can give additional fields to the tasks if you need to. They are here, and from this button, you can create new fields. There are multiple fields like a drop-down, a number, text, date, member, and a checkbox. I'm not going to create a custom field for each and every one. I'll just create a drop-down and show you how it works. A, B, C, D. Okay, let's give it a name, choice. I think this is good. A description if you need to. And this option allows you to change the visibility of this custom field. Let's make it only for members. Okay, show field on the card. If you enable this option, I'll show you what it does just in a moment. Okay, now let's open the task, and here we see choices. I'm going to select B because I like it. And the option that we enabled is showing the custom field here right now on the task. Okay, let's move on to the other. Oh, let's see, we can edit custom fields as well. You can add more options, B, and etc. But yes, of course, this is something normal. Now, project views. This is a very interesting add-on. If you're having a big project and you need more space, this can be quite handy. Let me show you how to use it. After you enable the add-on, you're going to see it over here. Okay, we have a backlog and sprint. Let's create a new view and call it archive. Okay, here we're going to gather all the ready tasks. Make sure to create a list or it's not going to be saved. So archive. Okay. Now let's go to the project. And if you noticed, here on the top, we have a whole new view, which is very clean. And yeah, this is okay. What else can we show? Checkboxes on cards. Let's enable actually the next add-on as well. Okay. Now, if you notice, the task now has checkbox here, and it can be moved without opening it. This is useful if you don't want to open the cards all the time, and yeah, it can save you time in general. Furthermore, every task in Aura has an ID. This is the internal ID, which you can see here, and it can be referenced in another tasks. So for example, here, if I type in hashtag and one, this is the task. And now here, if we click on the reference, it opened the other task. You can make links with tasks with this, but there is also another for this, which is the task relationships. Let's enable this add-on and see what kind of relationships we have. Okay. This option here appeared. There is also a shortcut. Just press TR. Actually, there are a lot of shortcuts and we're going to go through them later. Okay, we have 6 types of relationships. The first one is blocked by. Blocks is related, is duplicate, parent of, and subtask. Okay, so my task needs a design. And let's say that my task is blocked by the design. Blocked by design. Okay, it appeared here, and it also is visible here on the Kanban board. So you can use this to better manage your work. Let's move on to the other add-ons. Let's see what we have. We have milestones, task types, and time tracking. Let's enable the time tracking because it's one of my favorite add-ons. Okay, when you track time on tasks, you receive extensive reports for every tracked time that you have. Okay, and for your team as well, which is very great. Okay, you can start the time from here or from the task itself. Now let's stop this time. But I didn't work 3 seconds, I worked 2 hours. Let's make it 2 hours. You can edit the time, but it's good that this should be visible in the task history. Okay. Now, let's see the other add-ons in action. We have milestones. We use this ourselves for versioning. For example, for every update, we make a new milestone. And then if we need this information after some time, we can easily get it. So, oh, sorry, let's just enable it first and create. Okay, let's create a new milestone. This is going to be 1.10. Okay, and then after the milestone is created, you can just open the task and set it for the milestone. Okay, and if we go back to the milestones, we can open the milestone from here, from the release node, and it says unfinished tasks design, because this is our only task in the milestone and it's not finished. Okay. There is another for task time and comment privacy. I'm going to go through that later when we're showcasing the public roadmap and etc. Okay, task types. So if you have a lot of task types, for example, chore, book. Oh, sorry, I quit all, but it opened quite fast. Okay, let's see. We have some task types that we predefined for you. They can be enabled and disabled at any time. And you can also create task types of your own. So let's say, I don't know, docs, give it an icon and choose a color. Easy as that. So let's go back to the project. If you see, these tasks are now featured and we can quickly change it from here. Let's say this is docs. Okay, good. There's another thing that I want to show you. While creating a task, let's say illustrations, if you press add, you're going to see all the project members and you can assign the task from here. So let's say this task is going to be assigned to Emma. If you press an opening bracket, all labels will appear and let's say due tomorrow. Furthermore, if you press tab while creating the task, you can add description. So let's say this is very important. Okay. And one last thing, you can attach pictures here before creating the task. Okay, let's create the task and see what we have. It has a due date for tomorrow. Emma is an assignee and it has one attachment plus the description that we entered. Okay, let's see if we covered all the add-ons. Milestone task types. Okay, I think we covered all the add-ons.
Can you show the list actions?
Okay, let's show the list actions. From here, this is the list menu. Yes, the list menu. We have a premium feature, which is the list actions. So let's see what it is doing. In progress, this is very useful. Let's say start or stop timer. Okay, start timer. And the next list is going to have action stop timer. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. I'll just move the task here. And the time have started automatically for me. And if I move it here again, it's going to stop. Okay, there are more list actions. For example, you can add or remove labels. You can set due date. You can move the card. So for example, if this is very useful, let me show you. This is the done list, but we also have an archive view. Let's integrate this together. I'll just make a list action that is going to move my task here, over here. Okay, Now, if I move the task here, as you can see, it's gone now, but we can find it here. Okay, you can be creative with this. Did we cover everything? Assign? Yes. Okay, let's go to the project filters. So this is the sidebar, the project sidebar. Here you have many functionalities. For example, these are the members tab. From here you can invite new members and invite observers as well. But let's focus on the filters for now. We have our options here. If I click on important, it's going to show me only the tasks that have important label. And we can do this basically for everything, for members, for task types, and yeah, okay. We also added a new options, which allows you to customize your search. So for example, matches all filters. So now nothing matches all the filters because we don't have such a task. But if I select the next one, or maybe this one, yes, now it's showing all of them because every task has at least one of these values. Okay, here we also have time window, which shows you the most recently tracked tasks. You can open them easily or just start working on them again. Okay, we have project activity. You can see everything that happens in the project from here. And we have a view for the sprints, but we already went through the sprints, so we're not going to cover it right now. Okay, so if you want, let's make a public roadmap right now. Now, the project is already public. Okay, if I click Control plus Shift plus C, this is going to copy the URL of the project. And now let's open it in a new private tab. Okay, so now this is our project. I can even create task here. Okay, new task. But it requires an email. After you fill your email and name and confirm the email, the task is going to be created only then. Before that, no. Okay. Now let's show what kind of options you have. For example, you have some confidential information that you don't want to show anybody of the public, so you want to hide it. This is very easy to do. Let's go to the main account. This is the main account and go to the project settings. Now this option, task time and comment privacy, let's enable it. So right now observers are allowed to see the track time of the members and they can see the members as well. But let's just disable this. We have some more options. They are here in the preferences. So we can disable commenting from public members if that's what you want to do. It's not recommended, but it's up to you. No? Okay. Okay. And yeah, we created a public roadmap. Let's just hide something, just to show you how it's working. Here in the edit list, now we have new options, list visibility. Let's make it to team only and save this. Now let's open this again. And the first list is no longer visible. As you can see, I see only in progress, review, and done. Okay. Now I want to show maybe the reports. If your team is tracking time, then you can receive extensive reports for that. They're over here. This is the button for the reports. And for this, I have prepared a little project. That has already tracked time. And as you can see from here, we can toggle the members. You can also divide tasks by task type, labels, and milestone. This project doesn't have any labels or milestones. That's why it's empty. But you get the idea. You can also download these reports in a CSV format, or you can receive a report in your email monthly. On the first date of every month, you're going to receive a report if you enable this option. Okay. Now let's talk about observers and what they are allowed to do, because on this question that many people asked us. So what's an observer? Basically, he's like half part of the project. He can create lists, tasks in one of the lists. Basically, it's like the public member, but the benefit that you're getting from an observer is that you don't have to make the project public in order to send it to your client. You can just make it private like this and invite him as an observer. Okay, let's invite an observer. I'm sorry. Let's invite an observer and see what happens. You can give him a name. And yeah, now I have an email, and when I open the email, I'll be able to view these tasks, this project, create tasks, and etc.
Sorry about that. I think with the new window, it didn't pop up for, we weren't able to see the type, what you just typed.
Sorry, what?
I think we weren't able to just see what you just typed. I think it was like a new window or something and Zoom wasn't showing it, but whatever. You're good. Keep going.
Okay, okay. Now, Ora3 introduced chat, which is our newest addition, and I want to showcase it. So in order to enable the chat, you need to go to your organization settings from here. And it says here, Team Chat Beta. It's going to be in a beta for about a month, and then it's going to be publicly released. So what is it? Our chat has all the cool features that Slack has, and etc. You have channels. Let me show you. We don't have any channels, but let's create a new one. So let's say general. General, let's give it an icon, and let's invite our team members. If you enable this option, all the new organization members are going to be automatically added to your channel. And there is also visibility options. Right now, only organization members are able to join the chat, but in a month, everyone, including your observers and public members, they're going to be able to participate and talk to you in the chat. Okay, let's create the channel, and we see the members that were added. We can mention everyone. And yeah, we can start a video call. From here, you have some options. So for example, if you have any pictures, any videos, they're going to be gathered here, and you can easily view them and download them. Okay. Also, each channel has its own notification settings. Yeah, I'm not going to go through these, but I'm just letting you know that these are there and you can use them. Okay. Now, what is different in our chat than in the other chats? Okay. So the main difference is the discussions. Let's create a discussion. Discussions are linked to your projects. So these are my projects that I have, and this is the demo project that I have created. Okay, let's create a discussion and see what happens. Now it's empty. This is because Aura will automatically convert all of your tasks that have comments into a discussion thread. Let me show you. I'll just comment here. How is everyone doing today? Okay, let's go back to the chat. And here you see the task is now here. The comment is here. And you can What does discussion enables you? It enables you to stop spreading information everywhere and keep it in one place. Okay, so if you have a channel and in this channel you're discussing the problems of each and every task, it's going to get messy very quickly. So with the discussions, you can avoid this. discussions also have following and all. So for example, if I click here, now I'm following this task, and I can easily see all the information that I need. Okay. There are also direct messages, but it's just a chat, you know. Furthermore, we also have threads here as well. And yeah, what else can I show you? I don't know. Okay, task from email. Yes, you can create tasks from email. Just click on the list options. This can be done for any list in any project. And here you see add cart via email. Okay, let's copy the link and go to my email. Let's just compose an email. This is going to be the recipient. Oh, sorry. The subject is going to be or a task from email. Hey, this is very cool. You can also add attachments here and things like this. Okay, let's send it. And it should arrive very, very quickly. Maybe it takes a minute, but it's going to be here. One other thing that Aura3 introduced are the annotations. Let me show you. Let me just find the picture. I'm sorry. Okay, this one is okay. Okay, let's open the picture. This is me and this is our cat. And from the button over here, add feedback, you can click anywhere and just say, oh, it's a cute little cat. Okay. Now, if somebody from my team opens this, he's going to see the annotation. He can click on it, read what I wrote, and he can resolve the issue. If this is an issue, now it's resolved, and you clearly see that there is nothing to do here anymore. Okay. So, oh, task templates. I almost forgot about this. Aura gives you the ability to create a task and then use it as many times as you like. Let me show you. So, oh, this is the task from email that just arrived. As you can see, the description is here, the attachment, and etc. So let's use this task to create a template. Let's just add a little bit more things to it. And I think this would be enough. From this button over here, you can save as template. Now, or a task from email, task template. Okay, you have the option to make the template global. It means that it's going to be usable in other projects of your organization. We are going to copy the description, the checklists, and the attachments. We can also set a deadline 5 days after creation. And yeah, basically you can copy anything from the task. If it's a repetitive task, it's very useful. So now how do we use the task templates? Just start creating a task and in the name, type hashtag. And these are all the templates that we have right now. Click enter and give a name for the task. New task. Okay, let's open the task. So today is Monday. The due date is exactly 5 days from now. We have our checklist and the attachment. Okay. So what else can we show? Okay, yes, we can also make templates for the project. That's also very easy. Just click on the 3-dot menu over here, and this is Save as Template. Okay, then we can give it a name. Block management is okay. You can choose where to create the template. Team Aura, this is my organization. You can describe it if you want to, and etc. Okay, let's save the template. Oh, by the way, Aura also supports public templates. Now let's go to my organization settings, templates. I see the template we just created and it says that it's private. But if I click here, now it's public and everyone that uses Aura can use this template. Okay, we can edit the details and etc. But we're not going to do this right now. Okay, you have notification settings. You can disable and enable different things. By the way, there is one cool little option over here, watch create tasks. What this is going to do is that if you create a task, you're going to automatically watch it and receive updates for this task. So this is something you might consider adding. Okay.
You can show me integrations.
Okay, yes, let's see what integrations do we have. We have integration with Slack, GitHub. Basically, these are all Git integrations, Zendesk, Google Calendar, and Zapier. Okay, let's start with Google Calendar because I already set it up before. Let me show you how you can set it up for yourself. Go to your account settings, preferences, and here you're going to see integrations, Google Calendar. I have connected it with my Google Calendar and it's over here. Oh, I can click on that one. Okay. Now, how to use the integration? It's very easy. Across all the projects, every task that is assigned to you, this is me, yes, and the task has a deadline or a schedule, is going to appear in your calendar. The time for the deadline is the time for the schedule. So it says 5 a.m. here for tomorrow. Okay, let's set it up and go over here. Okay, is this the task? I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, the time got me confused because I might have changed it. Okay, now as you can see, my task, what is going on? My task is already here. My task is already here, and with this you can schedule your days very easily. Let's go to the other integrations. We have an integration with Slack, what it is doing. So if you integrate your project with the Slack channel, you're going to receive updates for each task that is created, for each comment, basically for mostly everything. There are also options for this. Let's see. Okay. But I'm not sure if I will be able to connect right now. Let's try, but I think I don't have permissions. Okay, we're not going to set up the Slack integration right now, but I briefly explained what it is doing. Also from Slack, you can add time to tasks, close them, and etc. Okay, the GitHub integration, this is very useful. So if you're software developers, you already know what Git and GitHub is. What Aura is allowing you to do is using this ID over here, you just copy the ID, and in your Git commit, you just say like this, Git commit message close, let's say close, and we're going to paste what we just copied. And if you commit like this, after you push, we're going to see the integration over here. Okay. Let's see the other integrations. We have integration that is very cool with Zapier. I'll show you how to set it up just in a moment. So you need an account for this. Let's see. Let's make a Zap. It's going to be a basic Zap, and I'll try to go as fast as possible because I think how much time? Okay. Okay. Now, what is a trigger? A trigger is something that's going to trigger an action. Basically, this is it. Let's see, new task. This is going to be our trigger. You need to connect to your account. I think it's not connected to my current account, so let's connect it. allow. Okay, now we are connected and I can select myself here. After clicking continue, I'm going to see all my projects. Let's see, block management. Maybe I have 2 of them. Okay. Let's try this one. Now we're going to watch for the list that tasks are going to be created in. So let's say archive. Every time a task is created or moved in the archive, we are going to have the next action that we will set up. Okay. We need to test this to continue. So now this is the action. The first one is the trigger. The second one is the action. It's going to be an action in Aura as well. So what the action is going to be? So let's say create a comment. Okay, let's create a comment. We need to link our account here as well. Just select it. So now let's just set the action. This is our project again. Okay. Illustrations. Okay, now we're going to comment in this task, but you can always change it. You can take data from the task that is created. So for example, let's say the description is going to be the comment, just for the demo. Okay, let's test and continue. And it all shall be good. Turn on up. Okay, let's go back to Aura and see what we have there. This is our project, and this is the archive. So, by the way, Zapier takes some time, so it might be 30 seconds, a minute, I'm not sure. Okay. Let's create a new task and see what happens. Okay, maybe let's come back to this later and see what happened. I think I need to show you the agenda as well, or it has its own calendar, which you can access from here. So I'll go quickly about this, but we have videos and etc. You can always contact us for questions. So on the top, we have filters. The first filter is for the project members. I'm going to select only, no, let's select all. Then we can select the projects that we want to see. You can group a bunch of projects, or you can select only one of them. And the last filter is for the task states. We have frozen, open, review, and closed. This is the thing that I showed you before. And yeah, from here you can create tasks. You can schedule them. The main thing is that the inbox contains all the unscheduled tasks, and then the other views, they contain the scheduled tasks grouped by days. And here in the weekly plan, we can enable the inbox from this button, and this will allow us to see all the unscheduled tasks that we have. And here with a single drag and drop, we can create them. Now these tasks have schedules, and you're good to go. Okay.
Can you show the timeline?
The timeline, yes. Let's go to the timeline. Okay, here is the timeline. On the right, basically the filters are the same as the filters in the agenda. I'm not going to go through them, but here you see all the tasks, but you can select unscheduled. Okay, so it says tomorrow here. Isn't this a schedule? No. Schedules are different from the deadlines, and here in the timeline, only the schedule is used. So let's create a schedule for this task. The schedules also have assignees. So if you see now here, let's close it. This is the task that we just created for 90 days, and it is unassigned. But we want to assign it to somebody. So let's just open here and assign the schedule to Willie. He's a cool guy. And let's make it a little bit smaller because this is too much, I think. Yeah. Oh, and final thing, you can give custom colors for the entries here. Just the same with the labels. Okay. Now the task is here, and this is useful to manage your workload and etc. Okay.
Can you show the task relationships there?
The task relationships, yes. Task relationships can be created here as well. Just do this, and the tasks are now linked. So, for example, if it's like this, I see that something is wrong here because this task is blocked by this one, and maybe I'll have to reschedule for the project to go well. Okay. What else can you have? Here we can zoom out and zoom in with control and your mouse wheel. Here you can also create tasks and etc. Okay. You have. Okay, maybe this was everything for our demos. We are here to answer all your questions. So, Lindsay, I think it's you now.
All right, Sumo, if you have any questions that you want to add to the Q&A box, you can go ahead and do that right now. Thank you for the extremely thorough demo. We have one question in the Q&A box, but it's definitely written in like French. So I got nothing here. I can't read it.
Maybe we can translate it.
If somebody
Is it in another language? Okay.
Oh, I need to understand what a member's visitors can do, please. I think that's the translation. If you guys want to look at the
Please show the observers again.
Maybe can you say that again, Lindsay, please? Because I did not hear.
If you guys want to check out the Q&A box, that's where it is. And Sumo Links, by the way, if you want to throw your questions somewhere, you can put them in the Q&A box. So they said, hi, I need to understand what a member's visitors can do, please.
Okay.
You can read the question here and see.
Yes, so I believe you're referring to the observers. Okay, observers can create tasks, but only in one list. Let me just, because I hid the list before, let me just show it again. So now this list is hidden, but okay, just a moment. I'll just copy this and open it from here. So I'll interact the project as an observer, as a public member, which is not part of your account. So as you can see, I can create tasks here in a task. In the task itself, I can set deadlines and etc. I think I should be able to assign it. No, assigning is not possible, but you can always add description. Very important. Please take care of it. You can also comment, attach files, and etc. Basically, this is what the observers can do. They can also be tagged by you, so you take their attention. They'll receive an email notification for this, and yeah. Okay. I hope this answered your questions. If it's still unclear, let me know, and sure, I'll try to explain it again.
Thank you. All right. How is Aura different from various other project management tools out there?
Okay, so we have received a lot of feedback from our users that they think that the other project management, they are too complicated and hard to use. But our system is very easy. You can just jump in and get started without too much complication. This is because we have a lot of add-ons and they're turned off by default. So you can just create a project and start working. Furthermore, we have the chat. I don't know how many project management systems have a chat like ours, but I think this is a big leverage for us.
Awesome, thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Carrie asks, I'm on Android. Do notifications get pushed to the app, or the only way on an Android phone right now is via email?
Yes, we released the mobile apps a while ago, and you have the option. Actually, let me show you. In the account settings, notifications, there is this box over here, and here you have notifications for email, desktop, and mobile, and you can fully customize what kind of push notifications you will receive. Be careful with this, because if you enable them all and you have like a team of 20 people, you might get a lot of notifications. So just be careful which one you select.
Awesome. All right. Does the chat feature work on the mobile app for Android? I don't see the chat channel I created today.
Okay, no, it does not work for the mobile yet, but we will release the chat for mobile in a month, max 2. This is our plan.
All right. How many years has your tool been in development?
5 years. We have been developing Aura for 5 years.
Wow.
Actually, 7.
Actually 7, sorry. I'm new here. I work here for like a year, so it's 7 years.
7 years. Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. So I guess a follow-up question from the same person. Would you consider your tool a mature tool, or do you think it has some ways to go before it catches up with the big players in project management?
Okay, I think we are mature enough to compete with the other players in the project management tools.
Yeah, I mean,
But of course, there is a lot of room to grow, and we have big plans for Aura.
that's awesome. Yeah, I know a lot of mature tools will come to AppSumo, and you guys get, first of all, you get like a big launch for one of the first times, probably in a while. And then you also get a lot of great feedback, and you find out all of the ways that you can grow your tool. So that's awesome.
Yes, it is.
Would you say Aura can be used effectively for a client to upload, review, and approve designs?
Yes.
Yes, it can be. It can be. So the client uploads the design. No, sorry. You design for the client, and then he needs to review it. Is that the case?
Mhm.
Yes, he can use annotations.
Yes, annotations can be used for this very easily. Yes. If we miss this part, what are the annotations? There can be annotation for a picture, for a video, and for a PDF file. So let's just, maybe not this task. This one is better. So as you can see, this annotation is solved. But let's open it, and it says, "Oh, oh, it's a cute little cat." But you actually use this for work, so you can be like, sorry. Oh, okay. A little glitch, it happens. Let's delete the excessive ones. So for example, let's say just, I don't like this color. This color, please change it. And then it's going to be visible by the guy who's doing it. Okay.
Awesome. Will webhook or API be available?
We have an API. Can you repeat the question?
Will webhook or API be available?
Okay, so we have a public API. You can access it at api.aura.pm. You can see all the codes here, and we are working on webhooks, and they should be available soon. Okay, yeah. Go check them out, because this is not for everybody.
All right. Okay, I love when they ask these questions. All right, so we have just one more question here. Sumo Links, if you have any more questions that you want to throw into the Q&A box, now is your time. Alan wants to know, do you offer any discounts to AppSumo purchasers who want to upgrade their seats if they need it? And will this be extended after the deal is taken off of the site?
Yes, okay. Thank you for the question. We give 25% discount for all our users that decide to upgrade after the offer is ended.
Awesome.
So let's say it's $8 per month. If you pay monthly, just take off 25% off of that, which is $6. Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. That's all. Those are all the questions that we have for today. So thank you so much for walking us through everything.
Thank you for your attention as well.
Is there anything you want to tell us before I wrap us up?
I'm not sure. Thank you everybody for your patience and for participating in this webinar. I hope you learned something about Aura, and we'll be here if you have any questions.
Awesome. Do you have any additional like video trainings for them to use, or is there any way for them to get in touch with your support team that y'all would prefer?
Okay, so we have documentation, help.org. You can check out our documentation over here. We have some YouTube videos that might be helpful. And Aura, by the way, Aura 3 has new onboarding, which is available from here. If you're a new member, you're going to see it by default. And here, each task, because these are like little quests, and each quest have a video inside, which explains. So the first one explains what the tasks are about. The second one is about description, and etc. And this is visible in all the views. And yeah, oh, I forgot to show one very cool thing. I'm sorry. Pinning a project. This is one of my favorite features because I work with a lot of projects and it's hard to manage it sometimes. So these are my pinned project for this account. And if I press Ctrl+1, it's going to open the pinned project. And yeah, it's just quick navigation. Okay.
Love it. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for an extremely thorough walkthrough, taking us on a tour of everything. So Sumo links, if you have not already, you can go redeem your codes at appsumo.com/Aura. They are starting at $59 for a lifetime deal. And of course, this is backed by AppSumo's 60-day guarantee. So you can go ahead, get set up, play around with it, see how it works for you. Once you've done that, we do love to read your reviews on the deal page. Y'all currently have 103 reviews and a 5 taco rating. So people are loving this tool. And if you have any more questions, you can always reach out to their team, check out the documentation, or head to the deal page to leave your questions there. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Oh, yay, Alan got 3 codes already. We love to see it. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I hope you all have a good one. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.